If you're allowing yourself to have a dad bod in this phase of your life will be over, what, in 10 years? 10 years from now, whenever you're in your 40s or 50s, are you going to have more energy and motivation to get in shape? No. Are you going to allow the prime of your life to be whenever your body's at its worst? Everyone has problems. You're not the only one. You can get your discipline and health together if you get into an environment where people stop giving into your excuses. If you're in that victim-minded group or that victim-minded world, then you're trapped, basically. You've created a cage for yourself. The only way you free yourself is if you get into a world where people are not buying your excuses. That's the only way it can happen. I was at my brother's house. Family was there, birthday party, pizza, beer, cake, the usual. I've got 8 brothers and sisters, and we used to have 30 or 40s of these parties a year. I was standing there next to my brothers, and an alarm went off on my phone. I looked down at it, and it said 3 words: don't do it. I set that alarm before I left the house. I knew what was coming. I knew there'd be cake, I knew there'd be beer, and I knew that if I didn't put something in place to stop myself, I would give in. So I set an alarm to go off right in the middle of the party. My older brother looked at my phone, and he said, "Is that so you can stay disciplined today?" And I was embarrassed, but I said, "Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I don't want to eat any cake today." And then, guess what I did? I ate the cake anyway. This was in the middle of me trying to get my discipline and health back. I used to be ripped. I used to be sub 10% body fat. I had an 8-pack. And I did all that in a cold, dirty garage on a $27,000 salary with dumbbells, push-ups, and a pull-up bar. And that was 5-6 years earlier. And I was struggling every single year, trying desperately to get back to that guy, and I couldn't do it. I tried everything to motivate myself. I posted pictures of myself on the wall from when I used to be ripped. I pulled out my old gym logs. I looked at my old journal entries. I was trying to get into the mindset of this motivated, disciplined Chris that used to be there, and nothing worked. I set alarms on my phone. I listened to Goggins and Jocko in the evening, and I got really fired up. I'd be like, "This is the day, man. This is the day you change your life, Chris." Then the alarm would go off in the morning, and I didn't care. All of that in 8 hours. Really caring in the evening, not caring at all in the morning. And that was my cycle for 10 years. I had more money now. I had more resources, more access to gyms. And I couldn't stop myself from eating a piece of cake at the birthday party, even after setting an alarm on my phone to prevent that. But that moment, my brother catching me, seeing the alarm, and me doing it anyway, that was one of the most honest moments in my entire story. Because I was a man who knew exactly what to do. He planned for it, built systems for it, and still couldn't keep a promise to himself. So if that's you, if you've been the guy who plans the change in the evening and breaks it by the morning, this is the episode for you. And it's not just about cake. It's not about what you weigh. It's about what your body is telling your wife, your kids, and everybody else about who you really are. Every man has a story he tells the world. I'm working on it right now. I'm getting back into shape. This is going to be my year. I know what I need to do. I don't need any help. This year's going to be different. It's a story he tells people. And then his body walks into the room and tells the truth. Your body does not negotiate. It does not accept excuses. It doesn't care about the plan you wrote down and never followed through on. It stands in front of every single person you meet, and it delivers a verdict. It says, this is a man who either keeps his promises or he doesn't. This is a man who either has self-control or he doesn't. You can say all you want, I'm a leader. You can say all you want, I'm disciplined. But your body can say the exact opposite at the same time. You can tell your wife you're going to change while your body tells her you've been saying that for years. Your dad bod is not a body type. It's not cute. It's not some charming badge of fatherhood that means you're crushing it. It's the physical evidence of every single broken promise, of you drifting, of every skipped morning, every I'll start when I'm ready or on Monday. It is your discipline or your lack of discipline. And it's worn on the outside where everybody can see it. And everyone already knows. Your wife knows, your kids know, your coworkers know. They just can't say it to your face. So they adjust. They lower their expectations. They stop commenting. They accept the man standing in front of them, not because they're satisfied, but because they've learned that the version of you that's going to change never is really going to show up. The weight is a problem, yes. I hated the way pants felt when they were too tight. I hated the way I looked. I hated the way I felt. But the bigger problem is what the weight represents. It's the external symbol of what your discipline looks like on the inside. Because you're undisciplined, that's what you look like on the outside. And that has a massive effect on your confidence, how you feel about yourself, how you walk, how you talk. You know it and I know it. If you know you're operating at 50% of what you could be, in the boardroom, in the living room, anywhere, that affects you on a soul level. If you know you promised yourself you'd wake up this morning and you didn't have the strength to do it, you feel weak. Not because you couldn't bench enough, because you couldn't tell yourself no when it came to a piece of pizza. That's a different kind of weak, and it infects everything. I need to kill something before we go any further. There's a lie that keeps men stuck, and it goes like this. Caring about your body is vain. It's not. And the men who say that are almost always the same men who've given up on their own bodies, and they need a reason to feel okay about that. So they'll look at a guy who's disciplined, who's built, who takes his shirt off without shame, and they say, that's just ego. Because if fitness is ego, then their unfitness has to be humility. And humility sounds a lot better and goes down a lot smoother than, I just can't stop eating pizza at midnight. It's the same thing with money. There's a type of person who doesn't have money, who looks at people who do and says, if you have money, then that means you're evil. You stole it. You got lucky. That way they can look in the mirror and say, I'm a good guy because I have the opposite of what's evil. It justifies their situation. I was guilty of that mindset. I had to overcome it myself. And here's the truth. When I was ripped, I was living in a 2-bedroom shack, making $27,000 a year, working out in a dirty garage. I remember being at the pool with my shirt off and thinking, dude, I just feel so good. You feel free. You smile bigger. You don't care about things as much, not because of what you look like, but because of what it means. It means you're a man who's mastering himself, and that's the feeling. And that feeling, loving what you see in the mirror, is not vanity. It's a noble goal. God gave you a body. He gave you a gift. You're saying, I'm going to take this gift and make the most of it. I'm not going to let this tool become rusty. There's nothing wrong with that. Rip the guilt out of your head. There's another really important point, and that is, if you hate the thing you say you want, if you bash people who are fit, who are wealthy, who are disciplined, why would God or the universe give you those things? Use those as inspiration, not as targets to hit. Say, that's going to be me someday. That's the mindset shift. Most importantly, your body is not about what you look like. It's about what you can give. When I was at my heaviest, I could not serve my family the way I can now. I didn't have as much energy as I do now. I didn't have as much presence and patience as I do now. There's a photo of me at an amusement park with my baby son in my lap. It's a beautiful fall day. Wife was there. Should have been one of the best days of my life. And I just looked miserable. My eyes are on the ground, not because something bad happened, because I hated who I was. My family got that version of me on what should have been an incredible day. There's a video of me at the beach, skipping rocks with my son. Sarah's filming, beautiful day. And I'm looking at the ground, shoulders slumped. I should have been throwing my son in the air, smiling, laughing, joyful, but I'm not, because I let myself go, and the internal battle was consuming every single ounce of energy I had. I was showing up for my family. I was there. I invested time and money in them, but I wasn't happy as a person for them. I wasn't energetic for them. I was sad, shut down at times, low energy. And honestly, it would have been better at times if I wasn't even there. Because if it was just my wife happy with the kids, that's better, honestly, than having somebody who's sucking energy out of the room. A man in shape has more energy for his kids, more patience for his wife, more capacity for the hard conversations, the long day, the early mornings. Yesterday, I did 50 minutes at the workout park with my daughter. Pull-ups, push-ups, obstacle course, tag on the playground. I came home. My son's waiting. He said, Dad, can we play basketball? Sure. We played 30 minutes of one-on-one with him, full speed. And that was after waking up at 4:30, training and working 8 hours. And I can do all of that because I take care of myself. That's not vanity. That's capacity to be the kind of father I want to be. Your wife is reading your body, but not the way that you think. She's not calculating your body fat. She's not comparing you to some fitness model. She's reading one thing. Can this man control himself? When she watches you eat a third plate after you say you wouldn't, she's not thinking about the calories. She's thinking, oh, uh-oh. He told himself no and he couldn't do it. What other promises can't he keep? If he can't control what he puts in his mouth, can he control his finances? Can he be trusted around temptation? If this man can't resist a piece of cake after setting an alarm on his phone to stop himself, what else will he fold on? If I saw a video of myself at a buffet in my fattest moments, gorging on food, eating my third plate of dessert, I would not feel confident with that guy leading me. He probably told himself no, but he can't stop himself. And if a man can't stop himself from doing the thing he knows he shouldn't, what other temptations will he fail at? Financial, women, work, everything. That's what your wife sees. Not he's unattractive. Something worse. He's unreliable. He can't govern himself. And that makes her feel unsafe. Not physically, but she doesn't feel like she can depend on you. She feels like the only adult in the house. And she's probably not going to tell you this. That's why you need another guy in your life who's going to. The most important attraction isn't physical. It's the respect she has for you. It's her seeing you as a man who's dependable, who she can rely on, who she can trust. That is far more attractive than just abs. When she sees a guy who leads himself, who keeps his word, who has self-control, who's disciplined, who's going somewhere, she feels safe. She feels like she can follow him then. And here's the flip side. When you start leading yourself, when you start keeping promises to your body and getting disciplined, the relationship with your wife changes. The attraction comes back. You feel like a man again. You have fire and confidence again. Everything shifts. Not because you forced her to change or she owes you something. Because you decided to change yourself. You can't lead your family until you're leading yourself first. There are many times that my kids want to play with me that I do not want to play with them. Not because I don't love them, because I'm tired. You can get yourself physically to a point where you're actually too physically tired and you have zero energy to actually do something. Like you can be physically unable to do it, but that is your fault because you stopped taking care of yourself. And with kids, a lot of times adults say, oh, my kids don't ask me to play anymore. It's not because they've decided they don't want to play with you anymore. It's because you've said no so many times that they just stop asking, where they just decide, you know what, it's not worth the rejection again. I don't want to be rejected by my dad once again. So I'm just not going to ask him. Because it takes a lot of guts to walk up to your dad and say, Dad, can we play? For the 100th time, and he's there sitting on a couch staring at his phone like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. Every single one of those hurts. So eventually they just don't want to feel that hurt anymore, so they just stop asking you to play. Your kids have no timeline for when they want you to stop playing with them. That timeline gets set by us. We set it by being too tired, by being too out of shape, too checked out to say yes with full energy. If your kids have stopped asking you to play, it's not their age. That's your body. That's the consequence of you letting yourself go. You've lost the capacity to show up for them, so they had to adjust. The dad bod isn't the disease. It's just the symptom. And the disease is the same thing that would kill your business from reaching a new level or your income. The disease is you can't make yourself do something that you want to do. Because the guy who can't stop himself from eating when he promised is the same guy who can't stop scrolling when he should be making sales calls. The guy who can't get out of bed for the gym is the same guy who can't have the hard conversation with his wife or business partner. It's the same muscle. And right now, that muscle might not exist. So how you do one thing is how you do everything. I'm sure you've heard that before, but it's true. The low energy, the brain fog, the I'll do it tomorrow mindset, that mindset that built your dad bod, that's the exact same disease that kills your ambition and keeps you from building your business or career. I'll go to the gym tomorrow is the same as I'll call that guy tomorrow, or I'll start that business course tomorrow. But here's the flip side. The more disciplined I got physically, the more money I made. Once I had the self-discipline to get myself up in the morning into the gym, I had the self-discipline to do the business tasks I was avoiding. I've watched this happen with hundreds of guys inside Men of Fire. As soon as the guy gets all in, he's waking up on time, he's posting every day, you can see his face slimming down, muscles getting bigger. That guy's in any type of business or sales job, it always starts taking off. Every single time. And it's not a magic pill. It's just logical. If you're more confident, will you make more sales? Yes. If people can see you're leading yourself, will they trust you more in a leadership position? Yes. If you have more energy and more discipline, will you finally be able to do the business tasks you've been avoiding? Yes. Discipline is not just a physical thing. It's the ability to make yourself do something you don't want to do when you're not inspired to do it. And the more you practice that in the gym, the more it transfers everywhere. The more you give into weakness, that transfers to everywhere also. It's like a disease, or it's like something that helps you in life. It's all connected. So this is not about self-acceptance. This is about self-transformation. I don't want you to just accept yourself as you are. I want you to challenge yourself to become the best man that you can be. We are not encouraging your dad bod here at Rising Father. The world is going to tell you to accept yourself. They kind of want you to feel sorry for yourself. Every algorithm, every ad, every Instagram therapist, and I reject that. I believe every father can become his best self. I don't believe every father should accept himself as he is. The world needs more strong men who aren't afraid, who aren't running. And that starts with your body. It starts with your physical self. Your dad bod is trapping the real you inside. You're like a ripped guy wearing a 200-pound fat suit. He's suffocating under there. And we need to just rip that thing off, not accept it. We want radical self-transformation here, not radical self-acceptance. So here's how we kill him. Here's how we burn that dad bod off. Step one, you probably already know what I'm going to say, is just wake up on time. And I've said it before. Are you doing it? That's it. That's step one, the decision. The decision's the hard part. It's not the workout. It's laying in bed deciding whether you're going to get out or not. And what are you deciding? You're deciding who you are. Are you the guy who gets up, or are you the guy who stays in bed? It's an identity crisis at 4:30 in the morning. So make it easy on yourself. Put your gym shoes right next to your bed. Have your protein shake already made. Keys and gym clothes out where it's easy. Make the habit convenient. So the only obstacle is the decision to stand up. And then just show up imperfectly. You don't know what to do at the gym? Just Google it. Do some push-ups. I worked out in a dirty garage for a year. You can figure it out. The win is that you're there. Don't be the guy who couldn't get up for a decade and then the first day he gets up complains he's not ripped yet. The win is you showed up. Now show up tomorrow. Step two, 3 to 5 non-negotiables. Just write them all down. Put them on the back of your phone. This is who I am. These are the things I do every single day. Are you going to train 4 times a week? Are you going to eat clean? Are you going to be in bed by 10? Whatever it is for you, just write 3 to 5 non-negotiables, not 100 things. We couldn't even get out of bed yesterday, so start small, build brick by brick. But write the contract with yourself and hold yourself to it. Step 3, fix your fuel. If the majority of your food comes in a plastic wrapper, it's probably killing you and making you fat. We want whole foods, so use as few ingredients as possible. 1 piece of fruit, 1 ingredient, 1 piece of steak, 1 ingredient. In my fridge right now, I've got containers of chopped chicken, steak, jasmine rice, potatoes, 000 yogurt. That's 80 to 90% of what I eat. Whole foods that taste great and aren't packaged with 30 weird ingredients and 50 grams of sugar. Protein first, every single meal. Stop eating fast food. Cut alcohol away or way down. It's destroying your sleep, killing your testosterone, tanking your drive and ambition. I've had guys join our group and give up alcohol. They'll go 70, 80 days sober. In that time, they'll be down 30 pounds. Marriage will take off, best it's ever been. Now they're starting rental properties for the first time. Another guy gave up weed and said it crushed his ambitions for 30 years. Second guy said the exact same thing. Since they quit and started building real habits, everything in their life is changing. So stop consuming things that are destroying you. You already know what to do. You just like it too much. Step 4, lift heavy things. If you're in your 30s, 40s, and 50s, you need muscle mass. You need it to protect your joints, your tendons, your ligaments. There's nothing wrong with cardio. I do it. But I know guys who ride 10 miles on a bike every day and still have a giant gut. Skinny arms, skinny leg, big gut. So something's off. If all you do is cardio and eat like crap, then you're building your heart strength, but you're not building any muscle, and you're also slowly killing yourself with the nutrition. So your majority right now should be resistance training, compound movement, squats, deadlifts, bench, rows, pull-ups. Build muscle, get strong. It's nice to be able to lift things and actually protect your family. Step 5, you need to sleep. Go to bed earlier. I'm asleep by 9:15. I'm up at 4:30. 7 to 7.5 hours. That's plenty for me. If you're going to sleep at 11:30 midnight, you're not going to get up at 4:30. So set up systems and communicate with your family so everybody gets to bed at the right time. Step 6 is accountability. You must get into an environment where people hold you to a standard. So that could be a group like Men of Fire. That could be your buddies. I just grabbed one of my friends and told him to get his ass in the gym. Now we're holding each other accountable in a group chat. But a lot of guys don't have that. They've let their friendships fade over the years. They used to have a bunch of buddies in high school and college. Maybe they're on football teams or wrestling teams. But now they're alone. That's most men. And that's when you join a brotherhood or a program or a jiu-jitsu gym, somewhere where you're surrounded by men who are doing the work. But you have to be surrounded by men who are not complacent. If you've got a quote-unquote brotherhood, but it's all lazy guys who are complacent and bitching and toxic and negative and don't give a damn, guess what's going to happen to you? Get in a group where people are living life to an elite standard that you can rise to. If you're the guy at the top of the totem pole, it's not going to work out for you. You won't be pushed to the next level. Because as soon as you've got other guys doing it with you, it's twice as easy. If I open my Men of Fire group right now, it's just picture after picture of guys working out at 4 a.m., posting their wake-up times, sharing recipes, talking about their marriages. That's the normal in there. And when that's your normal, all of your excuses die. Because every guy in there has the same circumstances that you do, and they've learned to overcome them. And when I destroy your excuses, I can free you. If I encourage your excuses, that's how I enslave you. Getting in shape is not about what you look like in the mirror. It's not about the six-pack. It's nice. Those things are a bonus. What it really is it's about who you are as a person, what you represent. And it's about your legacy. Because if you're a man who says he's disciplined, if you're a man who says he's a leader, and you don't look like that, then you're a hypocrite, and people know that. You can get away with it for a while. Your kids will believe you for a while. And they'll listen to you for longer because you control them. But eventually they're going to read right through it. They'll say, Dad, you're at wrestling practice screaming at me to hustle, and you're there drinking a large Diet Coke and eating a pizza on the stands. Like, why would I listen to you? I don't care if you want me to be a good person. If you're not being that good person, I'm not going to listen to you. I will find somebody who is living a disciplined life, and I'll follow them. If you're not living the disciplined life, your children will not listen to you. Your wife's not going to want to follow you. Your house is going to be in chaos. And then also, what are you teaching your children? You're teaching them hypocrisy. You're teaching them a bad path. All of these things are reasons for you to get your shit together right now. So stop negotiating with yourself. Stop giving in to excuses. Stop allowing yourself to have a dad bod for this phase of your life. Because here's the thing. If you're allowing yourself to have a dad bod in this phase of your life, this phase of your life will be over, what, in 10 years? 10 years from now, whenever you're in your 40s or 50s, are you going to have more energy and motivation to get in shape? No. Are you going to allow the prime of your life to be whenever your body's at its worst? Guys are getting it done right now with kids, with jobs, with everything going on. You can too. Stop the excuses. Stop the stories. There's no reason you can't do it. Every guy in my group has a business, has a demanding career, has multiple kids, has a wife that nags them occasionally, or there's guys going through divorce, or they're already separated. Like, everyone has problems. You're not the only one. You can get your discipline and health together if you get into an environment where people stop giving into your excuses. If you're in that victim-minded group or that victim-minded world, then you're trapped, basically. You've created a cage for yourself. The only way you free yourself is if you get into a world where people are not buying your excuses. That's the only way it can happen. So first, identify your environment. Are you surrounded by people who are encouraging your excuses? Or are people challenging you to grow? Are you the top guy in the totem pole, or are you the bottom? That's what matters. So I want you to stop thinking about it. I want you to stop delaying, stop procrastinating. I want you to stop watching your life drift away from you and actually do something about it right now. And if you've listened to this podcast for 4 or 5 years, however long it's been, and you've heard me say stop thinking about it, take action now, and for 4 years you haven't done anything, then that means these words have stopped meaning things to you. And I want you to do something crazy today. Okay, I want you to actually jump in a cold lake, do a 5-day fast, do something that really challenges you, because motivational words now are just, they've lost their meaning to you. They just skim over your head. So Listen to me. Challenge yourself today. Go do something, because you're slowly numbing yourself. Go do something hard physically today. Ditch the dad bod and get back after it. If you want real accountability, brotherhood, systems, you want to be in an environment where guys push you to live an elite standard, and we don't sit in a group and complain about our wives, and we're not negative and say, woe is me, the world is against me, and we don't enslave each other with excuses, then Men of Fire's waiting. That's the environment that I demand. No excuses are allowed, only accountability, only positivity, only openness and vulnerability and sharing and real support, not permission. That's Men of Fire. You have to fill out an application, book a call, and if you're accepted, then you can join us. Links in the description. Talk to you soon.